Hello, beautiful being. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful that you're tuning into these messages that are coming through for you, for your beautiful self. I want you to know that you are very blessed, and you're blessed because you're you. That's why you're blessed. It's because you're you. It's a magic that you have. It's like a way that you express yourself. Sometimes it's sweet. Sometimes it's direct, but very accurate because you're very, very intelligent. I feel like throughout this message, more than likely, Divine is going to be bringing through messages of encouragement for you and reminders of your magic. Because you're amazing. I'm going to play a healing tone. Divine is guiding me to do this. We're going to breathe. Take in that healing energy. And release. Just let go. LaShawn. Thank you, Divine. Okay. I was feeling that. I hope you were feeling that. I already pulled a card for you. And I'm going to pull more, okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you, Spirit. You've got card 44. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. I am recording this during Cancer season. And depending on the placements in your chart and the transits that we're currently experiencing, you may be picking up on some Cancerian energy that's taking you back to the past, okay? And even if this isn't a Cancerian thing, is that there's the vibe of the past that's coming to you. You may or may not like this. When we're brought to the past, it's like, you know, sometimes there's regret over the past. You might be feeling some regret. Sometimes there's anger over what's happened in the past. Sometimes there's frustration over what happened in the past, okay? Yeah, I feel like this is an annoying experience for you. When you get thoughts that take you back to something you felt in the past that was difficult to process. It could be something that you did or that someone else did. It could be a situation that you experienced, a family situation, a work situation, something with a child. There could be a lot of emotions around these past experiences that are coming to you. But I like this energy that's here because it feels wise. It feels like a spirit companion. And it feels like a divine guide that is going to help you navigate these occurrences where a past experience comes to you. I really want to read this card for 44 because this book is so good for the Alice in Wonderland deck. She's really gifted, and the author, I think Cavendish, yeah, Lucy Cavendish for this deck. Okay, really, really good. Oh, I went to choices, which is number 6. So that could be relevant too. There might be some choices you're making based on something that happened in your past. This could be a choice that you're making now about a relationship that you're in or that you were in, and you're reflecting on that. Okay, you might be feeling a little bit blocked, but that's why this energy is coming to you. This is a bird spirit. I'm going to read the card, but it's like very protective. You might be drawn to the bird spirit, okay? Whatever birds you hear when you leave your home or when you tune into nature, okay? Maybe you're outside in your yard or on your patio, but whatever birds you hear calling to you, that's the spirit that's with you to help you with this reoccurrence of past experiences coming back to you and coming back to your mind. Okay, coming to your mind. You might get choked up about something. Okay, the way my words came out just a minute ago, it felt like I was getting choked up about something. Escape is coming to me. There might be something that you wish you could have escaped from, or there might be something that you wish you could escape from now. Okay, you have support through this though. You have a lot of spiritual support through this, because there might be times where you felt uncertain. Okay, you felt like you didn't quite know how to handle emotions that you have now over something that happened in the past, but you are supported in gaining clarity as you work through these emotions. Okay, all right, you can't go back to yesterday. Thank you, Spirit. Be in the present. And the griffin, okay, so that's a griffin. I'm glad I know now. But also pay attention to the bird spirits, because they are supporting you. Okay, it's air energy. It's helping you to fly above, soar above, beyond the past. Okay. And the griffin added, "Come, let's hear some of your adventures. I could tell you my adventures beginning from this morning," said Alice a little timidly. "But it's no use going back to yesterday, because I was a different person then." You've become a completely different person. Harry Potter could be relevant. I know there's a Griffin or Gryffindor, okay? Something like that is in Harry Potter. You've been getting more and more in touch and in tune with your gifts, your spiritual gifts, as you're navigating these thoughts about the past. In this lovely moment, Alice is being asked to recount her adventures for the griffin who longs to hear them and is genuinely interested. Alice would love to share too, but she knows if she talks a great deal about what has happened and where she is from, she will never truly be able to move forward and find out who she is now that she has changed and is within the world of Wonderland. You've expanded so much. you're much more conscious than you were before when you experienced these past situations. So you have an opportunity now to be in the present and enjoy the person, the beautiful being that you have evolved into as a result of all these past experiences. So it's really exciting if you look at it from the present moment. All the opportunities you have to use the powers that you have developed and to really enjoy living a life where you accept who you are, and not just accept it, but you honor it and you celebrate it. The Griffin wants her to share so he can be entertained and perhaps get to know her a little better. But for Alice, the thought of reliving the past is no good, as it will not help him know her, as she has changed too much. And therefore, her history is not a way to true friendship. Perhaps this is the same for you. Focus on creating new memories, on sharing experiences, on getting to know someone and letting them know you in the present. Through observation and conversation. Accept that you have changed. And it's really funny that they're encouraging you to connect with others, when what was coming to me as I was meditating, getting ready for the reading, was that there might be a sense of either loneliness or aloneness that you're going through now. You might feel like there are fewer people around you, and that's perfectly fine. Okay? If that is something that you have been feeling alone or lonely, Divine says that that's where you are on your path right now. You're not supposed to be surrounded by a lot of people. It's time to focus on you and going within. This is a hermit mode energy where you're understanding who you are on such a deep level. So take advantage of this time where there aren't a lot of people around you. And the reason why you might be feeling alone at this time could be related to some of these past events that keep coming to your mind from the past, from what's already happened. Divine is saying that there have been patterns that you've experienced with other people that were so toxic and so burdensome to you that you have chosen to live your life without those beings. And so you've created distance. This is for some of you. You may have created distance between you and someone else. And so you did it to maintain your divine connection. You did it to protect your well-being, your health. You didn't want to be stressed out over someone else's negative energy. And so you may have created space between you and someone else. And when you do that, life gets quieter. But that's only a quote unquote bad thing or a negative thing if you see that quiet as a problem. You know what I mean? It can be the biggest advantage to be alone and to be able to actually meditate, maybe in silence. Okay. So whether you're sharing with someone else or not, some of you do have a close relationship with someone. And so, yeah, being in the present with them, if this is your beloved or someone that you connect with on a very deep level and it's positive, okay, then that's when it's really good to do this, where it's like you're intentionally communicating with this person regarding present experiences. Okay, so you can try this if you are in a close relationship with someone and it's positive, then maybe just for a day, if you interact with them throughout the day, or maybe throughout a week, but you can set a certain amount of time where you're like, okay, when I interact with you, when I communicate with you, we're gonna speak about positive things in the present. Okay, and if you set an intention not to talk about the past, that's a very purifying thing to do. It's a very purifying practice to communicate with someone that you love about present experiences and new things that you can do together. Okay, so it might go into the future, but not focusing on the past. As we change, the simple telling of who we were and what we did is sometimes not as powerful as sharing who we are becoming and experiencing new adventures right in the heart of the precious present moment. When you're living in the present moment, you are living within your heart space, and your heart chakra is just lit up, all beautiful and green. And this feeds your fertile energy in your life. It fills you with green energy. That's Mother Earth, that's Gaia, that's nurturing energy. So to live in the present is also going to help you if a goal of yours has been to release pain related to a mother relationship. Okay, healing the divine feminine, all by living in the present. This is amazing energy that you can tap into at this time just by living in the present. Okay. So consider adventuring forth and fully experiencing the present with people you have connected with, or with yourself. Okay, you could do that too. Your past will spill out of you when the time is right for the sharing of such things. Okay, so when it's time to talk about the past, you will be able to. But it'll be in divine timing. You know, sometimes like you tell somebody something and you're like, damn, I said too much. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's not what you're going to experience. You're going to share, if you choose to share something personal with someone, you're going to share it at the right time and just the right way. Okay, I didn't say the perfect way. I said the right way. Okay, the divination for this card is: you are more than your past. You have evolved and changed. Sharing your history is only to share who you once were. You are no longer the same person. Okay, I really love that for you. I really love that for you. Thank you, Spirit. I had pulled these cards from my what is that? Yeah, Sacred Destiny deck. And you've got Simplicity. I freaking love this card. It reminds me of being in an airplane and looking at the clouds outside, but then also like just gazing up at the sky on a beautiful day. But storms are beautiful too, you know. There's a lot of different beautiful types of weather, but here it's clear. There's something that's clearing up for you in your life. It's that there used to be heaviness, and now there's going to be a sense of lightheartedness. Summertime could be very significant for you. Yeah, that song, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Okay, the obstacles are moving out of your way. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It is. You're going to be connecting more and more with the sun. Okay, you're going to be connecting more and more with clouds, air energy. Yeah, this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So that energy in your chart is being activated. And there's a sense of lightness that's going to come to your thoughts as well. Because you're letting go of things that have weighed you down from the past. Okay? You're not shutting out those thoughts when they come to you, but you're just bringing your energy gently back to the present moment because you're aware of when you're trailing back to the past and focusing on that. Also, what was coming through for simplicity is that some of you have simplified your contacts list. You may not be interacting with certain people that you used to. This is bringing a sense of lightness to you. Also, because of this cleared energetic space in your life, you're able to more easily connect with your ancestors and with your spirits. You're hearing them very clearly. Your intuition is on point, okay? What's coming through is that sometimes in your life you have been talked out of your intuition. You've been talked out of listening to your intuition, whether it was somebody telling you that they didn't see eye to eye with you on something, or if you brought something to their attention, they were like, oh, that's ridiculous. Of course that's not true. Or of course they're not like that. Or of course that's not going to be an issue. But the people around you that doubted you or talked you out of listening to yourself, they have come to find out that you are right. You are correct. Your psychic intuition is on point. And so they have regretted not listening to you. And for some of you, this involves people that you have warned them about something in their life, or you've maybe brought something to their attention because you wanted to help them and you wanted them to hopefully kind of wake up about something, and they didn't, and now they're in a really tough spot. You're very gracious about this though, okay? Because you're not the type of person who would be like, I told you so. You don't do that. But Divine wants you to know that this is the case, that your intuition is legit, because it's coming through that sometimes people have said they didn't believe you, or they have painted you out to be crazy, okay? We know that people like to do that. Because when you hit something correctly, accurately, you hit the target with your intuition, sometimes that gets people scared because they don't want something revealed about themselves. And there may have been times where you inadvertently revealed that someone might have a little issue, or there might be a problem that's coming up that we need to be prepared for. But there are times that you have brought something to someone's attention and they dismissed your intuition. This happens a lot when people are convinced to stay in a relationship. Like maybe you have been in a relationship where you noticed that something was off about the person, and so you may have been talking to somebody to get some support, and then they tell you that you're crazy because that's not a problem, or I don't think they're like that. You've realized that it doesn't matter if someone else confirms your intuition or not. What you know and what you feel is the truth. Okay? This is all bringing about this sense of lightness to your life. and simplicity, okay? Life is just feeling a lot more, it's like those foods that have, you get ice cream that has like 50 ingredients. And then I think it's Breyers, they're always bragging like, we only have what, like 4 or 5 ingredients or something. However many they have, I don't know. But it's simple. And that really is more appealing. You just want life to be lighter. You don't want clutter, physically or energetically. So you've lightened your load. This is bringing success to you, okay? This is giving you success because you don't have as much on your plate. You can breathe. Ashe. And let your ideas flow. And the more ideas you let flow in your mental space, instead of worries and doubts and regrets from the past, you're able to pounce on those wonderful light moments that you're having, where you just get a flash of something that you want to create, or something that you want to do or become. And you're really tapping into your full potential. This is a beautiful energy. Divine said, what I heard was, what do I do with the past? What do I do with the past? And sometimes the past comes to you because something needs to be recognized or healed. Maybe an emotion that you experienced in the past. If it was sadness, maybe that emotion has been pushed down. Like, I shouldn't be feeling sad over this. I should just get past it. But you might need to have some time where you take that pain that you feel and you just let it flow. Maybe there's an aspect of a relationship that you had with someone from your past, whether it's a parent or a sibling or a friend or whomever, family member. There might be something that was hurtful. And so you might want to cry. You might get angry. You might curse at them out loud. This is what gets it out. Okay? You can also ask yourself, what was it that I felt at that time that was so strong? Did I feel sad? Did I feel abandoned? Did I feel unheard? Did I feel abused? Did I feel disrespected? Did I feel forgotten? Did I feel embarrassed? Did I feel ridiculed? What did I feel? And then you can react in the moment with anger, sadness, whatever it is you feel. You might feel grateful about something. Something might come to you and you're like, oh, damn, that could have been a lot worse. Or you might want to cry over something. It's up to you, but you can process that emotion. And then you might find that it doesn't come up again. That experience doesn't come up again between you and that person, or you at that time in your life. That's how we heal. We face the things that we feel. You know what I mean? This card keeps coming out, the Hunter. It's almost like you're hunting your own light. It's like you're whereas you used to, I'm seeing this for some of you who pull cards, who read tarot or oracle cards. You may have pulled a lot of cards in the past over other people. Like, how do they feel about me? What are they thinking? What are they doing? What are they up to? And it's like, now you're going within. That same vigor that you used to have to know things about other people, now you want to know yourself. And you know yourself. You are knowing yourself. Damn. I really like that. Also, this is card 9. That's the Hermit card. Okay. So yeah, you're going to the light within yourself. You're getting to know your darkness, your shadows. Why do you have these stuffed away emotions, these memories that keep coming back up? And you're moving towards yourself in order to heal these things and to explore these parts of you on such a deep level. That is so beautiful. That's so fire. I'm hearing, this girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Yeah, you might want to hear that. There's something about that song that for some of you will help heal your inner child. It could be a wound of abandonment or rejection or ridicule. And there could be a mask that formed as a result of this negative feeling that you had in the past, because there was so much hurt there. And your brain was so intelligent that it realized that if you created a mask, perhaps this was a part of you that you didn't want to show people. Something about you, something about how you think or how you feel. For some of you, it's how you speak. You may have changed something about yourself to reduce the risk of feeling that pain again. And you're releasing this. But yeah, this girl is on fire. That's a good song for somebody to hear, okay? Some of you might really enjoy that. Ashe. Okay, you've got the river here. The amount of healing that you're doing with your emotions is just... This must be because I'm recording this during Cancer season. And I'm a Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, Mercury in Cancer. Yeah. So this is about emotional healing. This is about feeling your waters. Swimming in your subconscious waters to reveal whatever has been shamed or tucked away, forgotten about, those selves, those parts of you that always wanted to be recognized and nurtured. You're finding those parts of you that maybe have been buried, tucked away, not celebrated. Now you're taking the time to really celebrate yourself. This is card 34. 3 and 4 is 7. Oh, it was just 33. Yashe. 3344. You may have felt sometimes on your journey of discovering yourself and of getting to know yourself, self-investigation is coming through. You've been like an investigator, looking into the how and the why and the what ifs. So these questions are getting or allowing you to get to know yourself. Divine says, be careful with the what ifs, because the what ifs can lead to shouldas, couldas, wouldas. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Which results in regret. And Divine is saying that there's something in your life that has been very difficult, and you've tried to create so many scenarios where it could have gone in a different way. But Divine says that the way it happened was the only way that was right for you and the growth that was right for you after that experience. And for some of you, this was a very heavy, a very deep, a very painful situation. But Divine says you are healing. And that's the miracle, is that you have mastered healing this area of your life. And you're only going to do that in other areas of your life. There's something that you've healed, an aspect of yourself. Divine says you're just going to do that for different aspects of yourself. If it's a part of you that felt shamed or forgotten about, you're going to start loving that part of you. Sports is coming to me. There may be someone who's playing sports or who played sports but doesn't anymore. There could have been a health reason for this. There might be some regret over this. For some of you, I'm getting that this is a regret over an injury that you experienced. For some of you, this injury was physical. For others, this injury was emotional. I see someone walking around with a knife in their heart. Just living life in complete and total pain over what has happened in the past. And Divine says that you are, Wolverine is coming through. Like your healing factor is on point. And it's powerful. You're healing yourself. And the Divine is healing you. And your ancestors, all of your spirit allies. You've got a great team. The Village. Okay, so this could go back to how in the Oracle card, Divine was guiding you to, if you do have a close relationship in your life, to nurture it with the energy of the present, making present memories, okay? Or like having present experiences to create beautiful memories, right? You've got the Village, okay? I feel like there's a commitment that you made to yourself with this ring here regarding other people. I'm noticing this horizon here, okay, in the landscape with the water and the mountain. And what's coming to me is boundaries. You've set boundaries. You've made an oath to yourself. For some of you, this is because of an experience that you had with other people. It felt very heavy. It took you to a place where you had to explore your subconscious mind with the water here. You had to dig deep to heal these wounds that came from a village. This could be a community. This could be, for some of you, it was you were in a church or a religious. It could have been spiritual, like a spiritual group as well. It doesn't have to be church or religious. It could have been like a meditation group, okay? But there was some toxicity here. There's a lot of healing that's happened. And this experience that you had with the village that sometimes felt like life was on fire, it took you to such a deep space where you were able to access those parts of you that were impacted not only by this situation with the village, but also it took you to experiences that you've had in the past. It like reawakened old situations from your past. And it reminded you of some of the feelings that you've had that let you know that there's healing to be done. And you've done the healing. You're doing the healing. It's an ongoing thing. But when Spirit says you've done the healing, what they're saying is you've learned how to do it. You've learned how to release and allow your ego to step aside. All right? There's nothing wrong with ego when it's balanced. A healthy ego is very important. It is your identity here in this physical realm. It's what sets you apart from others. It is Aries energy, the self. And so to have a healthy ego is a beautiful thing. But what you've done on your healing path is you've learned how to quiet your ego, how to bring it into balance, really through humility. You're not afraid to admit that although you made a certain choice, there may have been a different one that you would take now based on what you know. Nothing wrong with what you did, because it was an opportunity to learn. But if that situation were to repeat, or you were to go through something similar, which we know life moves in cycles, okay? And our goal is to ascend through those cycles, but we're going to experience things over again. But it's how we deal with them. So you've learned from how you dealt with something in the past. And now you know that if that ever arises again, you know how to peep that. You know what that energy means. You know that you don't have to entertain something because of these recurring programs in your mind that stem back from something in your past. Learning to please others first. Learning to silence yourself in order to allow others to be comfortable. Shrinking yourself because you don't want to trigger anybody's jealousy, you know. Yeah, you've become aware of a lot. Yeah, there's definitely inner child healing that you're doing, or at least the healing that you're doing in the present is nurturing your inner child. It's healing wounds from your past. Yeah, you're like a really beautiful kaleidoscope. I'm seeing that here in this card. You have so many different aspects of yourself. You were never meant to fit into any category. You're too expansive for that. You're also too expansive for labels. Labels might not bother you, but you don't live according to them. Or they might bother you. You know, right under there you had the gem. You are a gem. And you've discovered this part of yourself that's so sacred and so pure and so dark and so light at the same time. Right? And you're in your king energy. Ashe, you've definitely had to sacrifice to get here. And you haven't always been accepted. This is card 12, the Hanged Man. You were absolutely persecuted during multiple phases of your life. Like you may have been persecuted or ridiculed at some point in your childhood, but then also in your teenage years and then young adult. But it's happened multiple times. And sometimes it's happened like in different areas of your life. Like whether it was career, someone you worked with, or a parent, or a sibling, or an extended family member, or a neighbor, or friend, a classmate. Okay, but there were these situations that happened in your past at different points of your life that sort of repeated some sense of pain or suffering for you. And so what you've done is you said, I'm tired of sacrificing myself over and over and over again. I am not going to put up with this shit anymore. That's what you said. You said no more. You know, and this imagery here of Christ being crucified. I mean, you realize that you didn't have to crucify yourself. You realize that you didn't have to allow yourself to be crucified. Like, how dare they? You know, you started to love yourself on such a deep level where it wasn't anymore like, oh, you know, it's okay, I'll put up with it. It's okay, just to make you happy, I'll do whatever. You know, you went from there. You may not have been in that exact space, but you went from allowing people to bring harm to you. You grew into a space where you were like, hell no. Like, are you insane? You know, you may have even told someone to back the fuck away, to get away from you. Like, physically, you may have started to defend yourself and your physical space. And it's crazy that as adults, we have to tell people to respect our physical space when ever since kindergarten, you know, keep your hands to yourself. It's like one of the first lessons we learn in school, even though there are so many things that should be taught in school that are not. But, you know, hey, the whole school experience, the whole education experience in the United States it's tragic. Okay, it's really, really tragic. And I know this. I spent 17 years as a teacher, so I know this. And we're realizing this as parents and aunts and uncles, and the school system is not what it should be. But anyway, I went down a rabbit hole there. Yeah, you started standing up for yourself. And you were like, I'm over this. It's almost like it hurt so badly that you decided that that kind of pain was something you would never allow yourself to experience again. And you said, I will no longer be crucified. Now for you. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna read Taming the Tiger Within. I'm just gonna see whatever divine brings through. Asha Spirit. This is about anger. This is about heated emotion. So with dealing with the past, there might be something that's come up that has brought about a sense of anger. So let's see what divine has for you. When you're beloved, and beloved could be anyone that you love. Okay? Anyone. When your beloved makes you suffer because it says she is angry, I'll say because they are angry. At first you feel that they deserve punishment. You want to punish them because they've made you suffer. But after 10 or 15 minutes of walking meditation and mindful looking, you realize that what they need is help and not punishment. That's a good one. Like, all of these are good, in my opinion. But yeah, because that's such a common response to someone being mean or rude. It's like you want to hurt them back, and maybe you don't, but if you do, that is a very human response. It's very normal, but you go deeper than the norm. And so if this applies to you, where someone that you love comes to you in a way that sets you off, and so you just want to like either snap back with your words, or by doing something to hurt them back, giving yourself time to step away is really powerful. Not feeling like there has to be some reaction in the moment. This is life, okay? We do have time, okay? And you can take your time. You don't have to rush yourself through a process where you feel angry and out of balance. You don't have to respond at that point in time. You can take some time to breathe. Go for a walk. Do something that de-stresses you, that's not going to add heat to the situation or more anger. And after you have brought yourself into a state of alignment and you realize that this person came to you in a low vibe because they are vibing low, they feel low, they need help, they don't need punishment. Now, this is talking about a situation where there is respect, but there might be a struggle with consistent positive communication. Okay, so you have to know your situation, and if you don't feel that this is an appropriate response for you with your relationship with your beloved, then by all means do what is best for you. But this can really be helpful when we're working on a relationship with someone, no matter who it is, family, friend, lover, coworker, whatever. But if there is a basic level of respect and there's not any sort of ongoing, like hurtful, like deeply hurtful situation going on, okay, and you want to work on the relationship, okay, and it is positive in nature, but there's growth that needs to happen, this is a really good strategy. To align your energy with the divine so that you're able to see things clearly and react in a way that you can be proud of later. Okay. Alright, beautiful being. I hope these messages were helpful to you. I really love the cards that came out for you and how Spirit was bringing them through. I know you're doing really beautiful things within yourself. And with that success card, all of the healing that you do for yourself, it's going to radiate around you as well. And you're going to see more and more positive manifestations in your life that are so powerful and so meaningful to you, because these manifestations surround you with the energy that is truly aligned with your grace and your self-love and your divine energy. Ashe, yes. All right, beautiful being, thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And let's see, what else? Yeah. Oh, I wish you so much love, and I wish you peace and many, many blessings. Take care.